Ooh, do you guys see that? Yeah, let's get it. It's the real Zaki, back with another video. And you know that I was sick. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, you would have got the update and you would have been answered for the 10K giveaway, which we're going to be announcing the winner in 2 weeks. Just to give everybody, because I know the channel's been growing, just to make sure that everybody gets a chance to get in. So in 2 weeks, we're gonna be announcing it. And today's video is pretty much how to capitalize on holidays, Valentine's Day, Easter, Father's Day, Mother's Day, all those holidays that are coming up that you think are very far away, but are gonna be here a lot sooner than you think. So let's get to it. Valentine's Day. A lot of people don't think they could capitalize off Valentine's Day, and they think that it's maybe a holiday that's not for them. Maybe it's a niche that they don't want to go into. But honestly, if you're here to make money, you gotta capitalize on every holiday possible. So, how do you capitalize on a holiday? A holiday somewhere where somebody's emotions take over maybe their actual sense or logic on purchasing and spending their money. Because honestly, nobody's gonna limit how much they spend on their spouse, a loved one, someone they're in love with or anything like that. And they are more willing to spend money. So we're maybe in, it's like late January-ish, and Valentine's Day is maybe 3-4 weeks away. Do you think it's too far away? Absolutely not. You have to get on it now. You have to start priming people, getting them prepared. So whenever they're ready to buy a gift, you are the first person they think of. I know some people right now that are preparing themselves for Easter already. And it's what? It's January. They're preparing themselves because they know if they have everything aligned up, they could execute, plan it out, and be willing to kill. So what could you sell like on Valentine's Day? Like, just for example, what could you sell on Easter? Household things. Like, people don't want to go to the store and go buy these things. They either have two options. They buy it from your store or they buy it from Amazon. Like, it's simple as that. And why not make your money there? Like, why not make the sale take place with you instead of giving somebody else your money? Because at the end of the day, there's somebody else that owns that Amazon store or something else, but you get to completely keep and own the customer. That's one thing I've always loved about Shopify, and that's one thing I've always loved about, actually, let's say white labeling, for example, POD, and Shopify in general. If it's your own site, you completely own the customer. Their email, their address, everything completely belongs to you. As in for Amazon, like, you don't get pixel data, like, you don't get to completely own the customer. The second they buy, they're gone. You don't get email. None of these things belong to you. They belong to Amazon. So you're building Amazon's business in the long term when you're just filling your pockets temporarily. But when it comes down to maybe, for example, Valentine's Day, you could sell flowers, cologne. There's so many things. Think of every single gift possible or every gift that you've ever received. And logically, it's possibly sold on Valentine's Day. Like, it's something that can always take place and can always happen. And like, you guys might be wondering why I'm looking down at the screen. It's not like my script. I don't script any of my videos. That's one thing about me. If you guys ever notice I go on tangents and stuff, I never script anything. Shh, it's top secret. But Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. I know, actually, I have a friend of mine, personal friend. Kind of like, we became personal friends after meeting through business. Last Mother's Day, he made about, I think, a little north of like 90K in like the span of the week prior to Mother's Day. Like, the week prior to Mother's Day, he made about 90K. He had fulfillment issues, so he had to stop his production. He had to shut down the store and be like, okay, this is out of sale. Like, this product is out. It's sorry, it's gone, out of stock, because he was having fulfillment issues. Because can you imagine that's the biggest issue? Like, there's people out here that their biggest issue is they're not getting sales. Can you imagine your biggest problem being you're getting too many sales? That's like the saddest thing, actually. If you're getting too many sales and you can't meet fulfillment because you know you're losing money and somebody else is taking your money, yeah, it's ridiculous. But just capitalizing on all holidays and using that emotion that people have on the holiday season, it's something that you have to take seriously and you have to directly worry about and prepare for right now, like months before. Always plan for it. Maybe don't focus too much on it, but always keep it in the back of your mind. Don't wait the week before and be like, oh, I'm gonna throw up shout outs or I'm gonna throw up ad campaigns. Start preparing, talking to influencers for those days, talking to influencers and locking in those days. That's something that I personally do and personally did. I would try to lock in days, maybe weeks prior, months prior, just so the competition, especially now, there's a lot more people drop shipping, there's a lot more people using Instagram influencers than there was a year ago, that it's a lot harder to lock in days. Like, if you thought a week before you could advertise a week before Mother's Day on a site that relates to mothers or gifts or stuff like that, it's gonna be a lot harder. So that's something that you have to keep in mind and definitely always equate to. So that's pretty much my 1 or 2 cents on how to market during the holidays and exactly what you should be looking to do during the holidays and how to prepare for the holidays. You definitely want to talk to your supplier and make sure that you have pretty much a plan and know that, okay, I'm projected to do X, Y, Z, maybe have a pre-launch, do a couple of things like that. And if you're thinking for a long-term business, it's like, okay, how do you build your brand through these holidays? Because if you have an amazing product and somebody falls in love with your product on a holiday and it turns out to be a good gift, they're definitely going to recommend you, and you have a long-term business there, right? So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Those are my 1 or 2 cents. I know you guys have been asking for longer videos, which I'm going to be going more in depth in other topics, but this video was super just short and sweet. It's something that I just wanted to get across to you guys and make sure that you guys were aware of and knew about. So we're gonna be dropping some more bangers. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, definitely drop a thumbs up, and definitely hit the notification bell, because you're not really subscribed unless you've hit the notification bell. The realest fam, the real fam, we're really out here. Giveaway 2 weeks, let's get it, let's go.